What's going on there, friends? My name is M238 and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds for the Nintendo 3DS. We're all up last time. We completed the Turtle Rock, and now in this part, we're going to be making our way to our next dungeon. There's not really anything that I want to do before taking on this next dungeon, other than the fact that there are a couple of mice that I forgot to pick up, so we're going to go ahead and pick those up right now. First off, now that we have the Titan's Mints, we can go ahead and pick up that giant rock next to the empty house in order to get that particular Mai. And then the other one that requires Titan's Mints by heading over here above the blacksmith shop in Lowell in order to get that Mai right there. And then I'm going to go back to the vacant house because now we're going to take on the next dungeon. So, thanks for watching. Next time we're going to take on the next dungeon. Except, just kidding, because that joke's not funny. If this video was really all, if this was really all that you get in the video here. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and equip our hook shots. So that way we can go ahead and make our way over here. And then you go ahead and activate the save statue right here if you want to warp here for whatever reason. Alright, time to take on the dungeon, shall we? Okay. So we're not quite in a dungeon yet, but as soon as we head on deeper, then we are now in the dungeon. This is Swamp Palace. Just like every other dungeon here in A Link Between Worlds, this dungeon's makeover is so crazy. So it went from like somewhat straightforward to super complicated. And that's kind of much like a lot of water dungeons in Zelda games, where they have some very like complex layout that makes it kind of tough to like figure out when you're doing this like for your first few times. All right, let's go ahead and use the hook shot right there. I'm going to get that guy out of my way right there. So basically, the whole gimmick behind the Swamp Palace is you're dealing with water. You know, it's a water dungeon, so you're doing a lot of swimming around, and you want to basically mess around with like the water levels. And then you also have to do puzzles like that where you have to kind of like change different water paths around. There's a bit of a trick here that hopefully I can do. Go and stand kind of right here. Yes! Okay, as you can see right there, that is a very, extremely precise position, because normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go to the other side, over there, hit a switch, so that way the water can flow, so we can get over here, and then hit that switch. But you can hit that switch very early, and then now here we are. I mean, since it took me so long, I didn't really save time over like just doing this room the normal way, but I just want to show it up because it just looks cool. You know, I like doing cool things. That's the whole point of, you know, why I make these videos. I like showing cool things that maybe not very many people know about, and that's the mini boss fight right there. It's a giant jelly thing that electrifies. It's really annoying, and when it electrifies you can't do physical contact, so you just want to use arrows to cancel that out. This switch right here allows you to like if you somehow end up on this side, then you can take a shortcut over here, back over here. Alright, so go ahead and place this bomb over here. You can also either use your own bomb or the hammer in order to break this crack open. So we can fall down over here, grab this key. And then we're going to immediately use this key in order to head to this door over here. Alright, these enemies suck. In order to deal with those enemies, you want to use the hook shot. And that's how you deal with them. What we want to do here is we want to go and pull this down. So these switches is the gimmick of the dungeon here, like the main gimmick. These switches, you hook shot them, then they will adjust the water level depending on, you can kind of see the symbols on the floor that tell you like which side goes up and which side goes down based on the pictures. And so right now we want this, we want the water level a little low so we can head over here. In fact, this is actually our only way to go right now because we don't have a key and we need to get a key. Okay, this B-mouse is kicking my butt right now. If you pull the right switch, the right lever, the right side lever, then bad things happen. So pull the left lever, and then go ahead and head down over here. Oh, also, I just picked up the item of the dungeon here, which is Blue Mail. Blue Mail is an upgraded tunic that allows you to take half the damage from enemies. So if you really want, because, you know, this game is very non-linear at this point, you could do this dungeon first in order just to get the blue mail as early as you can if you don't feel confident with every other dungeon in the game. Alright, so continuing our path here, what we want to do is we want to go over to this direction, and you might actually notice we're actually back to this one room where we fought the mini-boss. So go ahead and fall down here once again, and grab one. Now that we've grabbed that key, and what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and raise this thing to its highest level. So when we were in this room the first time, it was at its mid level. So now we're going to go ahead and raise it to the high level. And as you see, there's a locked door right there, but what you don't see is that there's a locked door down over here as well, and we're going to go ahead and head down over here instead. Okay, so we have another mini-boss fight with these enemies right here. Except... yes! Look at that. Awesome. So I skipped having to fight those guys, simply. Alright. So what you want to do is you want to hookshot those little painting things, and then you want to... and it allows you to merge into them, and that's how you get across to different parts of rooms, of these kinds of rooms. You want to go ahead and raise the water level low, so that way you can reveal the switch right here, and press on it, so that way that door can open. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and use this switch right here to raise the water level high, so that way we can actually get to this higher switch to raise the water level even higher in order to get to that door that we just opened up. Also, it's worth noting that you want to merge quickly. Otherwise, you're just going to fall down, and you would have hook shot into that painting for no reason at that point. Alright, with that, we go ahead and head on over here, and this is actually back to the beginning of the room, or the beginning of the dungeon, except with the water level high. So that way, we can actually fight the boss. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. Man, this dungeon, I just turned a pretty complex dungeon into a really short dungeon. That's what we like to see. Alrighty, so I believe this is Argus. I believe that's what his name still is. I don't think the name changed, otherwise it wouldn't make sense why the name would change. But basically the way you fight this guy is the same as in Link to the Past. You want to go ahead and pull all the eyeballs out, and what you can do is you can pull out multiple eyeballs at the same time, so that way, you know, the fight is a little bit quicker. And there we go, so that's the first phase completed. And now we're going to move on to the second phase, where you want to just go ahead and just slash this thing a bunch of times. Now, this guy is easier with the ice rod, because you can actually shoot Argus in midair with the ice rod, and it actually does damage like this. Just like that, and that's the fight. Now, there's actually another attack that Argus does that you never got to see, and that is, it shoots like lasers or something like that, and it shoots lasers out really fast. But since I did this fight so fast, you never get to see that attack. And with that, grab our heart container. And at this point we have 15 hearts. That's a lot of hearts. Go ahead and make your way over here. And, ooh, I know this person. Once more, you have come to my rescue. How I wish I could reward you with a gift, something that would calm the troubled waters of your journey. I can offer you only my deepest gratitude, and yet another task, I'm afraid. You must rescue every one of the 7 sages. Only together can we help you defeat this great evil. So 4 sages completed, or rescued. 3 more left to go. Making pretty tremendous progress with this game so far. I like it. Oh, lovely Zelda, can you begin to comprehend how lucky you are? Such legends, such heroes. We had legends, we had heroes. Lorule had hope. But all that hope is gone. Lorule has only me now, and your hero, of course. And if the hero of Hyrule fails me? Oh, but I must have courage. He will succeed, or all is lost. Alright, with that being said, that is Swamp House completed, and now that is going to be it for this episode of The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, and next time, we're going to see what we're going to be doing next. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.